Hi everyone, I'm Lisa, a certified master chalk artist, and today I'm going to show you how to become a street painter for under $20. Whether you're an art newbie or just looking for a fun summer project, this budget-friendly setup is perfect to get started. Kids and adults can dive into street painting without breaking the bank. Now let's get started. So the first thing I did was I traveled to my local Dollar Tree where everything is no longer $1 but $1.25. I grabbed a pool noodle and headed straight for the arts and crafts aisle where we have a great selection of washable praying tempera paint. While I was there, I got some brushes for detail, a variety pack, and then headed to the school supplies and got some plain Crayola chalk for outlining, and then some more brushes, a little bit wider set. And then I headed over to the gardening section to get a kneeling pad, but that's optional. Then over to the hair care to get some aerosol hairspray. Now we need some high pigment soft pastels that I got on sale at Michael's. If you don't have Michael's, no big deal. I have some alternatives I'll link down below. And here we have our Street Painter starter kit and primary colors plus black and white tempera paint. So let's go over our totals. We have a pool noodle, 5 tempera paints, small brushes, white chalk, wide brushes, kneeling pad, aerosol hairspray. The subtotal is $12.50 with 7% tax is 88 cents. Plus we have our 36-piece soft pastels, including tax is $5.23, bringing a grand total of $19.86. In addition to that, you can find some other supplies just around the house, such as a tape measure, paper towels, and a cup of water. One more thing, before we get started, we have to cut our blending tools. So I just measure out approximately 2-inch wide, cut those in half, and I'm gonna set them aside in a plastic bag because it's a little windy today and I don't want them to fly around. See, one whole pool needle does yield quite a lot. So next we're going to take our simple white chalk and we're gonna mark the corners of our space on the pavement where we're gonna make our image. You could also sketch out some details with the white chalk before you lay down your tempera. Speaking of tempera, make sure that it says washable before you apply it onto your driveway or sidewalk. I'm starting with red tempera paint and water mixture just to keep it diluted, and I'm mixing it directly on the surface. Adding a bit of blue on the sky so it fades into purple, and then the horizon is more of an orange and yellow. The bottom half in the ocean is going to be blue, and again I'm diluting it with some water so I can spread a nice thin coat over the entire background. Now we wait for it to fully dry, and it's kind of a cloudy day today, so we have to take that into consideration when doing chalk art and street painting. If it's cloudy, our tempera paint is going to dry a lot slower. So if we have the sun on our side, it will dry faster and we'll be able to get started with the soft pastel sooner. Fast forward, when the tempera is now dry, I begin adding the sun in white as it's setting in the horizon, then adding yellow, orange, and red and blending it into the background with my blending tool. I'm also adding blues and purples and blending those so it gradually shifts from one color to the next in the sky. You can try a different color combination if you like. Every sunset is different. Holding your pastel on its side and moving very lightly over the pavement, you can add layers of color to add more depth. Try it out and have some fun with it. I wanted to add a little bit more purple and I was very happy how the color combination turned out. Starting on the ocean, I first created a reflection almost triangle which fades from the setting sun. I also add some colors from our sunset to pull it all together. The water has highlights in white and shadows in dark blue. Once I'm happy with the ocean, I decide I need something in the foreground and a peninsula in the distance to add more depth to this piece. How about some Florida palm trees coming off some sand dunes? Happy little palm trees. I thought the background needed a little bit of palm trees too, so I added those tiny little things and then messed with the ocean and the reflections a little bit more until I was happy with the result. Once you're finished, make sure you sign your piece and you're all done. Here is the completed chalk art and street painting, and of course, it started raining within an hour after finishing. But you know what that means? We can just create something new tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is part of my new driveway canvas series. I'll show chalk art and street painting in more detail to follow. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss my next video. We'll see you next time and have a fantastic day. I have a great way to, I have a great budget friendly,